Good day. Here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. Ofel is now a super typhoon and it continues to endanger Cagayan Valley as it moves closer to Luzon. Pag-asa said Ofel was last seen over the coastal waters of Divilacan, Isabela or 135 kilometers northeast of Echage, Isabela. Ofel maintains its strength with maximum sustained winds of 185 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 230 kilometers per hour. It is moving west-northwestward at 15 kilometers per hour and is forecast to move northwestward over the Philippine Sea before making landfall along the eastern coast of Cagayan this afternoon. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 5 is hoisted over the northeastern portion of mainland Cagayan. These areas can expect widespread and heavy damage from typhoon force winds of more than 185 kilometers per hour in at least 12 hours. Signal number 4 is hoisted over Babuyan Islands, the northern and eastern portions of mainland Cagayan, and the northeastern portion of Isabela. Signal number 3 are Batanes, the rest of Cagayan, the northern, central, and southeastern portions of Isabela, the northern portion of Apayao, and the northern portion of Ilocos Norte, which can expect storm force winds. Under signal number 2 and expecting gale force winds are the western and southern portions of Isabela, the northeastern portion of Quirino, the rest of Apayao, Kalinga, the northeastern portion of Abra, the eastern portion of Mountain Province, the eastern portion of Ifugao, the rest of Ilocos Norte, and the northern portion of Aurora. Strong winds will prevail in the rest of Isabela, the rest of Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, the rest of Mountain Province, the rest of Ifugao, the rest of Abra, the northern portion of Benguet, Ilocos Sur, the northern portion of La Union, and the northern and central portions of Aurora, which are under signal number 1. Pag-asa also warns of a moderate to high risk of life-threatening storm surge with peak heights reaching 1 meter to 3 meters in the next 48 hours over the low-lying or exposed coastal localities in Batanes, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, Isabela, and northern Aurora. Bicol Region, Isabela, Aurora, Quezon, and northern Samar will experience cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorm due to Ofel. Metro Manila and the rest of the country can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. The Office of the Civil Defense has expressed readiness to respond to the expected onslaught of Super Typhoon Ofel. The OCD in Region 2 said it has deployed search, rescue, and retrieval teams to Cagayan Province. The deployed teams include the 20-member 3rd Light Urban Search and Rescue Team from the Philippine Army's 525th Combat Engineering Battalion. They will focus on forced evacuation alongside the local response teams from other barangays. On the other hand, the OCD Regional Emergency Operations Center remains on red alert as it coordinates with stakeholders to send in the necessary aid. Meanwhile, the Philippine Air Force has sent out its helicopters and cargo aircraft to northern Luzon to conduct aerial relief missions to communities struck by the recent typhoons. Air Force spokesperson Colonel Maria Consuelo Castillo said their troops airlifted relief supplies from the Department of Social Welfare and Development on November 12 and 13. They transported 1,000 boxes of family food packs to the hard-to-reach coastal areas of Maconacon, Isabela, plus 1,650 boxes to the islands of Fuga and Calayan in Cagayan. A C-130 cargo plane also transported relief packs to Pasco, Batanes. Other personnel from the Air Force, Army, Philippine National Police, Philippine Coast Guard, Philippine Marine Corps, and civilian volunteers work together in loading and unloading relief supplies. The public can now buy even cheaper rice as the Department of Agriculture announced a price cut for rice sold under the Rice for All program from 43 pesos per kilo to 42 pesos. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. said the price cut was due to the recent tariff cut on imported rice and a decrease in global rice prices. He noted that the rice for all price might still be adjusted depending on global price trends and the peso-dollar exchange rate. The Rice for All program offers more affordable rice to all consumers with no limits in purchasing. Another similar program is the 29 pesos per kilo rice, which is limited to 10 kilos per month and reserved for vulnerable groups including senior citizens, persons with disabilities, solo parents, and low-income families. Earlier, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. reduced the tariff on imported rice from 35% to 15% starting in July in a bid to lower rice costs. The Department of Foreign Affairs has summoned Chinese Ambassador Wang Xilian to protest China's recent move to draw baselines around Bajo de Masinloc, also known as Scarborough shoal. Foreign Affairs spokesperson Maria Teresita Daza clarified that these baselines announced by China on November 10 hold no legal binding on the Philippines. In a statement, the Chinese embassy in Manila maintained that Beijing would take necessary measures to secure its claim over the atoll. Bajo de Masinloc lies within the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone, but is 472 nautical miles from the nearest Chinese coast. Office of the Civil Defense Administrator Undersecretary Ariel Nepomuceno has called for a stronger culture of resilience among Filipinos as preparations intensify for the anticipated Big One, a potential 7.2 magnitude earthquake caused by the movement of the West Valley Fault. Speaking at the Cagayan sa Manila Hotel, Nepomuceno underscored the dire risks associated with the Big One. Studies estimate that the earthquake could result in 30,000 to 52,000 deaths and seriously injure around 162,000 people. He warned of possible successive fires and the collapse of buildings, bridges, and other structures, as at least 2 million structures lie near or on the top of the fault system that spans Bulacan to Laguna. Nepomuceno stressed the importance of strict compliance with building codes, integrating engineering and scientific solutions, and cultivating a nationwide culture of resilience. He also raised concern over many Filipinos disregarding earthquake and typhoon advisories, including disaster drills and mobile alerts. To address this, the OCD is now rotating earthquake and disaster preparedness exercises to include provinces. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. It's 41 days before Christmas. I'm Real Nerd Barcelona. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.